and welcome to OzComicCon Melbourne 2014. I'm with Matt. What are you so excited for?
So excited for Super Smash Brothers. Let's just get it out of the way. I know there's a fair amount of comic books, fair amount of movies, and a celebration of cosplaying culture, but I just want Smash.
So let's go in and start smashing!
Guys, we're here at OzComicCon 2014. How you doing, Kirsty?
Yeah, good. We are standing here, of course, at the Nintendo booth where for the first time in the world outside of E3, we have Smash Brothers playable.
It was a fantastic surprise, really, along with Hyrule Warriors, things like that, Mario Kart 8. We also have a first look, Australia first, at Super Smash Brothers for 3DS and Wii U.
And that's the best thing. So we've had, of course, to play both the Wii U and the 3DS version. And I have to say, 3DS version took a bit of getting used to for me control-wise.
No C-stick, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bit weird.
It's a bit weird, but once you get into the mechanics of things as well, you still got your smash attacks, still got your jumps. There's plenty of controls, grabs, shields, everything. Smash Run is a lot of fun as well. I'm trying to think of the most polite way possible. It's a neat little distraction from the actual fighting, and it's really good, and it runs incredibly well. Almost everything runs at a silky smooth 60 frames, so you're not missing out on much at all.
And the other great thing as well is if you play Kirby Fighters on Kirby's Triple Deluxe, which we did, it's a really good practice to get you used to playing Smash Brothers.
So it comes out on October the 4th in Australia, so just before the release of Super Smash, which happens in summer. So we got to wait a little while, but I mean, we got to play it just before. So what did you think of it?
I thought it was really good. Coming from Brawl, the speed issue has definitely been addressed. So the characters felt like they moved faster. However, I don't know, it seemed a bit flashy at times. I actually got a bit confused as to what was going on.
Some of the animations, yeah, it was a bit superfluous. Some of the stuff's like, what's this animation doing here? What's this animation doing there? But it shows like Bandai Namco as well as Nintendo's look for detail. So their attention to detail is superb. Runs like a little mix between faster than Brawl, slower than Melee. So it's good to see that little compromise going and have an identity of its own. But yeah, I mean, like everything else, like it's competitive, it's fantastic. We tried the GameCube controller with the adapter.
Oh my gosh, the one thing I have to say, it looks so fantastic. Like I can't even stress how beautiful it looks on a television. That high definition graphics have actually really brought something to the table.
First time in high definition, so there you go, guys. Now another thing, which is a huge surprise, aside from Smash Brothers being the toast of the town, Hyrule Warriors. So now Hyrule Warriors is like the take on Zelda by the Dynasty Warriors crew. So Koei Tecmo. It's fantastic. So a lot of people think, oh, here we go again. It's not a true Zelda game. It's going to be a button mash happy fest. It isn't. It's definitely. You do have a fair few items that you need to utilize. So the dongos, they hate bombs. So you use those, and then you just go to town on them. So there's still a bit of button mashing happening, but it's definitely not unwarranted.
I think the fact that there are long lines just to play Hyrule Warriors at the same stage where you can play Smash Brothers really is a testament to how popular this game is looking and how great it looks on the TV as well.
It's a bit of a contrast to the internet going, oh, grown, here we go again, another Dynasty Warriors game, like I said before, but I'm playing it myself. Sure, it runs at 30 frames, but I can't wait to see more of it when it hits September 20th.
Yeah, so I think this has been a fantastic opportunity to see what Nintendo's kind of coming out with and how excited we can both possibly be.
Great show, Nintendo. Great show.
Street Pass.
Street Pass time.
So I am here with Aaron Ashmore, who has been on basically every cult show ever. Is that about sum it up?
I do the rounds, yes. Yeah.
So how did you prepare for such an iconic role as Jimmy Olsen?
Well, I mean, just growing up, I saw obviously the movies and I'd read a ton of comic books, so it's not even preparation where I knew that I was going to play the role. I just sort of enjoyed Superman and the series, so it all sort of sinks in. And talking to the creators of the show, like they said, hey, like we don't want you to play too much of what you've seen. We're going to kind of develop a character a little bit, based on just like what this guy's going to be in Smallville. So yeah, just really played what they had on the page and in the scripts, and just kind of went from there.
Now, with your character on Fringe, Fringe, not Friends and Fringe, that'd be a weird show.
I would have loved it on Friends.
Yes.
A little too young, I think, but
possibly. Well, is it weird playing a character on a show and then getting really into the show?
Yeah, it's strange. I mean, did you hear that yesterday? Yeah. So I did the show and I liked it. I'd seen some episodes, but then starting from the beginning and watching it, it was incredible to just be like. But I'm glad I wasn't such a fan of it when I did it, because I think I would have just nerded out. You know what I mean? I would have just been like, oh my God, it's alternate versions of it. You know what I mean? It would have been I would have nerded out and it probably would have been weird. So I kind of like doing it that way, like doing it and then becoming a huge fan of it after the fact.
That's good.
Yeah.
So with your character in Warehouse 13, how did you prepare to become Jinx? Like, what did you do?
Well, I didn't really have to do too much, to be honest with you. I mean, again, it's with TV shows. I mean, it's really on the page. They sort of, like TV shows, they really write for what they want you to do and what you want to play. And the really cool thing about the creators of Warehouse 13 is that they really sort of got to know us as people and actors, and then really wrote to our strengths, what we did, and really what was working. Sometimes TV shows, they'll just kind of write, they know what they want the character to be, they'll just write this arc. But I think for everybody on that show, they sort of wrote to our strengths and really used our personalities in the characters. So I'm obviously a cranky bugger, and so they're like, yeah, we'll write Steve as a real cranky dude. So there you go.
So super cranky, a little bit gay. Would that describe you quite accurately?
That's exactly me. Yes.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time. I hope you have a great con.
Thank you very much.
So we've hit the end of OzComicCon 2014. What did you really enjoy, Matt?
Let's just get it out of the way. Smash again, let's just go with that. Hyrule Warriors, I was hugely surprised by, and just the whole cosplay culture as well. Everything was just so welcoming, so everyone was welcomed with opening arms.
Yeah.
It was a fantastic atmosphere.
It was heaps of fun, and we can't wait for OzComicCon 2015.
See you next year.